So I just watched Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro. God, I suck at pronouncing names. Yeah. So this is, and it was great. It was a movie one of the best movies of the year, I would actually say. But before I get into anything about the movie, I gotta go into anything with the book. I love the book, and honestly, I don't think it's been topped yet. And I've seen many versions. I've seen many films. I've even seen a ballet of this, of Frankenstein, and that was the most accurate version to date. So, and let's just say that doesn't work. A book, which is all words, being transferred to a medium, which is no words, doesn't exactly fit together. So yeah, that sucked. But other than even the movies, I haven't seen a version that's really captivating. Not even the 1930s version, which isn't bad, but the main changes that I just personally can't get behind. I don't think they make the film more interesting, as some people would say. But when I heard Guillermo del Toro was going to make this film, and he was being more faithful to the novel, I was really excited. But well, it is more in terms of the plot points. This movie is more faithful than most Frankenstein adaptations. It still isn't as it's still not really I would call a really faithful adaptation, because the main difference is that in the book, Frankenstein and Victor are on equal ground. You're really asking who's the real monster there, because both do things that are clearly bad, but you both understand their motivations. Like kind of a story where you're really not really rooting for one side. You understand both sides' perspectives, but in the end, neither are really right and wrong. Shoot! Oh shoot! Yeah. You know what? That works fine. Because in this movie, Frankenstein is obviously the bad guy. He's the real monster, and the actual monster isn't. They literally say in the film, characters you're the real monster. But you know what? That works fine, because these characters are still interesting. Oscar Isaac plays Frankenstein, and he does a great job. He plays an egotistical person who's fully sure himself, always overconfident and impatient, and he's great in this film. It's different, but I think it works well. But again, he's not one-dimensional jerk. You do understand his thought process, even though what he's doing is clearly wrong, which is more than I can say for your average Del Toro man's bad character. But the real highlight, though, is the monster, played by Jacob Elordi. He is phenomenal. I mean, just the first off, the makeup effects on him look really great. The set design, all of this just looks really phenomenal, but he especially is great. I love the design of the monster in this film. And I think his performance is fantastic. Seeing him as this kind of brainless creature, he does it so convincingly. But he also shows the rapid growth from intelligent to intelligent very convincingly. It feels very natural. And also, when he's able to convey a lot without speaking for the first half. He doesn't say. He only says one word for the majority of the first 30 minutes of the 20 minutes of the film. But when he does have lines, he says them. He delivers them so perfectly. He's probably the standout of this film. I can't wait to see him do more. But there's also other great actors. Christoph Waltz plays a completely unique character who's new to story. But his character, even though he's not there for that long for the rest, he's still a very interesting character, and he was a great addition to the cast. And then there's also Mia Goth, who's playing a very much different version from her counterpart in the book. But again, I think it works within the story it's trying to tell. I think something Del Toro's good at doing. He's taking like Pinocchio, he makes lots of changes, but he uses it to fit his narrative, story, and themes. If that's okay with me for movies. Sometimes the stories don't really transfer that well to the film medium. For example, where they need to be made major changes, like The Shining book. There's two versions. We all remember the classic 1980 Shining movie, but that one's very inaccurate. But then there's the very accurate 1997 one. But nobody remembers that movie. So sometimes changes are for the better. And I don't think this Frankenstein story where you can't tell this narrative in film. I think it can be achieved, but I don't think that's what Del Toro is trying to do. He's not going for the same themes as the book. So if you're expecting something exactly from the book, then you're not going to get it. But if you're expecting a good movie with great characters, amazing atmosphere and set design, and a great vision from one of cinema's currently best directors, I think, yeah, at least he's somewhere near there, then I think this is a great watch. To me, it's one of probably the... I'm not sure between this or Sinners for second best. One Battle After Another is definitely the best so far. But I'm giving this an extremely high 9 out of 10. Fantastic film. Go check it out.